right. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Friday Night Football. We only have 3 games on schedule tonight. Todd County wrapped up their season last night in a 28-0 loss to Logan. Trigg County is off this week, so they're wrapped up. So tonight, Christian County, Paducah Tillman on a beautiful night here in Hopkinsville.
Right.
And we got Greenwood hosting Hopkinsville, and then Madisonville, North Hopkins down at Fort Campbell. This is a big one. I'm sure no introduction needed for my guest here, Grayson Crawford. We're gonna talk to him about his new/old venture here in a few minutes. But again, I mean, here we are, Christian County, last game of the year. You've seen them on the radio all year. This defense has been good. I mean, it's been really, really good. Antonio Abram, another great performance last week. What are you thinking about this game so far tonight?
You know, the defense, like you said, has been stellar all year between Abram and LeRae Coleman and that crew, and really Jace Polly all over the field, offense, defense, and everything. You know, I think their biggest thing still is they're just trying to find some kind of offensive identity. They just haven't really been able to do that all year. And right when you think it's kind of going to turn the corner, they have a setback. And I know last week the weather was terrible for people that weren't there. Neither offense was going to do much because it was – I mean, that was one of the worst football games I've been a part of. And I was in the press box.
Exactly.
But still, like, I mean, it was – so you couldn't really tell much on that. But, you know, I mean, this is kind of the last, I guess, tune-up before you better be ready to go next week or it'll get ugly quick.
Big one next week. Like you said, looking ahead at Bowling Green next week. That's a really, really tough one. Hopkinsville was at Warren East next week. Trying to think of the other ones. Todd County Central is at Murray, and Trigg is at Elizabethtown next week. But again, kind of a wet, muddy Friday like we've had, I guess, the last 3 weeks now.
Right.
But like you said, that defense and the offense, you like you said, you get going. You have McNeil have 5 touchdowns a few weeks ago, and then he's kind of stifled. And then you have Jalen Powell who come out and get 5 or 6 total touchdowns, and then he'll kind of regress. It is kind of finding that consistency. But follow along at T. Dixon K&E. I'll have this game tonight as well as the other ones. And then also, I have Mr. Crawford over here. He is now the new/former coach of the Hoptown Hoppers this coming summer. What is it like to be back in that position?
You know, it's fun. You know, it's something that I don't know that the emotions are really there yet.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
It's kind of
it's not really baseball weather.
Right, I mean, baseball is kind of removed right now, and you know, with my mind, it never cuts off. Right. But you know, it's kind of removed. I'm doing a lot of different things right now, so it's building the team. The team's done, at least as of right now. I know how that goes in the roster. You have your ebb and flows throughout the year, but as of right now, we're finished. Still trying to finish out the coaching staff. I got one assistant who's been with me all along. We knew if I took it, he was coming. I'm still trying to fill that second spot and kind of playing that one slow. I want to make sure I get the right guy. I want it to be a younger guy. You know, because of the way I like to do that. I like to try to help people get other jobs after coming here.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the way that's going. But man, I'm excited. I think our team is going to be really good. I told somebody yesterday, you know, every player we have outside of maybe like 2 are just coach's recommendations.
Right.
Like I haven't talked to maybe but 2 kids so far. So that gets me excited because it's just relationships that I build. And this is, you know, guys texting me, hey, you know, will you take this guy? Will you take this guy? I want you to do this with that guy. So, you know, it makes me feel good. People trust me, know that, you know, we're going to take care of them. We're going to develop them. So that part is exciting.
Do you feel like you have an advantage going into this year? I know like you said, it's still a long way off, but you've done this before. I mean, you've put together a roster. You've put together a coaching staff. I know we have a new team this year in Franklin in the Duelers.
Right.
So I'm excited to get down there and see what they're about. But do you feel like you do have a step up knowing that you've been through all this before?
The fun part about Franklin is I know exactly what they're going through. Being a brand new organization. And, you know, Phil Kundle, who I guess technically, if you want to get technical, his wife is the owner, but you know, he's the owner. But he tried to get me to come coach there this year. And, you know, I wasn't going to do it. You know, Hoptown was where I want to be. And if I was going to do it, it was going to be here. But yeah, I feel like to answer your question, I feel like it definitely helps.
Mhm.
You know, you definitely have a little bit of a calmness about it. You know, I know Andy Lasher, who was at Du Bois for the last 3 or 4 summers. Him and I used to talk about it. You just kind of get an idea of what you want to do. Now, there are a few changes. Obviously, we didn't have divisions back then. It was one champion, you know, so that's new to me. So I wonder, like, some of the management, is that a little bit different? You know, that's something I'll have to kind of learn. But really, I mean, for the most part, everything's the same. The roster limit is different. It's more than it used to be. We used to only could carry 24 active players. So when you think about pitching, it was 13, 14 guys. Now you can carry 15, 16, and that extra arm or two will be different and much needed. That was a good adjustment for them. You know, so other than that, I think, you know, I definitely think there's some added benefits, and I definitely am not as worried at this point as I was probably when I first started, just because, like you said, you kind of know what the summer is about and how you want to structure it.
You talk about those roster limits. I know every coach I've talked to in the OVL, pitching wins. If you have arms, like I said, you win championships. Is that something that you've made a focus on this year and whenever building your roster?
Yes, you do have to have arms. You know, when I think about, you know, our championship teams, and the funny part was I actually was bored today, and I was at school, and I watched a little bit of the Hoppers game from 2012 on YouTube. And I was like Snapchatting it to old players. But, you know, I was thinking about that team. You know, we were really, really sound offensively, you know, and so, yes, you do need pitching. You always need pitching, but, you know, I don't think that you can go just heavy on pitching, you know. And when I think about, like, our second-year team, I always say that was my best team. No offense to any of the other ones, but that was my best team. Even though the first team won both championships, the league was better the second year. And we had the chance to win the championship again in the tournament in the second year. But that team was just well-balanced all the way around. But you're right, that in that team, I had 4 starters that you could run out there at any point in time and not worry about it. And I had 2 back-end bullpen guys that were lights out, you know. And so when you have that, I mean, in the summer, that's hard to beat. So, you know, we'll see. You know, I hope I do. You know, I feel like I do. I'm worried about the draft with 1 or 2 of them, you know, which is a good thing to worry about, you know. But, you know, one kid, I mean, the other day at Scout Day was 97, 98, you know. So it's like, okay. Like, but he's 26 or 7 years old. He's an older guy, so it's like age starts to become a factor. So you don't know if the draft's going to affect him. He's only a junior, so we'll see. You know, but can't give out too much information yet, obviously. But you know, I like where we're at. I like the pieces. You know, so we'll see how it kind of goes. I guess long answer to your question there, but
well, I appreciate your time, and we're going to get ready for football. Like I said, you can follow me on Twitter at @TDixonKNE. Or you can listen to Grayson on
well, we're on Facebook Live for the first half
because
of Kentucky basketball. But then the second half, we got we're on like 98.7.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and look forward to the games tonight. Thank you.